guys, it's Ellie, and in today's video I want to tell you guys about the lessons that loneliness has taught me. I have felt extremely lonely for majority of my school and a few years of my college life, and although I am at a much better place now, I would say that I'm glad that I went through it, because if I hadn't felt what I felt, I wouldn't have learned or become who I became. So it was important. But before I get into this video where I share what loneliness taught me and what you can also learn from being lonely, I want to remind you that you should not romanticize loneliness to a great extent, and do not take it as a negative emotion. If you feel that being lonely is affecting you in a very bad way, I highly suggest that you seek out connections again. I read two very amazing books. Number one is called The Loneliness Cure, and number two is called Anatomy of Loneliness, which digs deep into this whole psychology and how to get out of it. Both these books are available on Storytel if you want to read them. If you are going through loneliness and you need help, please read these books. A link to a free trial of Storytel for 30 days, storytel.com/Ellie, is going to be on the screen and description. You can also read other books, because books did help me in overcoming loneliness. But please make sure, once again, don't romanticize loneliness, because I've seen a lot of people take very bad decisions in life by doing this. So yeah, that's not the point of this video. I'm just gonna discuss the important things that loneliness taught me. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into today's video. So the first thing that being lonely taught me is that I am enough, that I don't really need anyone else to feel good about myself, that I can overcome the problems that I'm facing in my life by myself. Most of the times I used to feel that because I don't have a lot of good friends, because I don't have a lot of people to rely on, if I am in any problem, I'm gonna be totally devastated and I'm never gonna be able to overcome it. But I saw that yes, it was pretty hard, but somehow I used to overcome them. Most of everything that I've ever done in my life that has had a great impact, I did it all by myself. Yes, I did have friends in my life then, but everything that I did, the major things, I guess I did them all by myself, and I'm pretty proud of that, and I'm very happy that I did it. If I had friends, maybe it would have helped, but who knows, maybe it wouldn't have, because my friends, the circle that I'm in, they're very different from the person I am, and I don't know how far they could have been able to help me. So I'm glad that I was lonely, because it really helped me discover myself and know my whole potential. The second thing loneliness can teach you is to reflect on your past, your mistakes, and find a way out of it, because there was so much time to think. Loneliness used to make me think a lot about my mistakes in the past, and I used to sort of drown in it. But it was loneliness itself during which I understood and figured a way out of that dark place. I started trying to forgive myself for the mistakes I made, and started trying to look forward to what my life could be like if only I had more courage. So if I was not lonely, if I was surrounded by friends, that emptiness that the past had left in me, I would have probably drowned it in chatting with people, because I wouldn't have been lonely. But since I thought more about myself, and I'm glad I did. Loneliness can also teach you how to be a proper individual and develop your personality. It's totally up to you if you will drown in self-pity and self-loathing because you're lonely, or you'll pick that up and start trying to pick up new hobbies and developing your own self as an individual, so that you're busy and you can just come out of that loneliness feeling. Okay, there are so many hobbies that I took up just because I wanted something to fill up my time, because I was feeling so bad. And I'm glad that I went through that, because I started reading more. I took up hobbies like gardening. I started learning a new language, and I'm pretty sure that if I was surrounded by friends, I probably wouldn't have been that productive. So that is another thing that loneliness taught me, to be productive. Yes, to a great extent, I started working a lot so that I forget the fact that I am lonely. But since I did it, it gave me a lot of propelling for my future. It gave me a lot of stimulus for the things that I want to do, the things that I want to achieve, the goals that I want to achieve. And overall, I'm glad that I did it instead of just lying in my bed and wasting the day away. I did have those kind of days too, by the way. It's not like I was always just perfectly channelizing my loneliness in the direction of creativity and productivity. So it's perfectly fine if you have gone through that, but doesn't mean that you have to live your life that way. Last thing loneliness taught me is to connect with better people. At one point, since I was lonely, I made a lot of terrible friends just as a shield from loneliness. But over the years, I realized how toxic they were, how bad they were as friends, and I cut them off. And yes, after cutting them off, immediately I was back in loneliness again, and I felt terrible. But I decided that I'll settle for a few months of being extremely sad and friendless than have one more terrible friend who will add more to the problems of my life. And that taught me that it doesn't really matter how many friends you have, but rather the quality of the friends you have. Also, the thing is, even if you have a lot of great friends, even I do, not all of them are going to have time for you all the time, because they have their own lives too, and you have to deal with it at some point or the other. As you grow up, friendships, how friendships look like change. In the ninth standard, best friends meant for me that I'm going to call her up and I'm going to talk to her for hours. At this point, a best friend means that if I am in some trouble, I'll just call them up. Maybe after 2 or 3 months, maybe we have not even talked in the meanwhile, but I know that they are here for me. I'm so grateful to life for giving me these friends. Also grateful to myself, because at the end of the day, it was me who taught myself how to become a better person, how to channelize loneliness in a better way, and how to basically deal with life. I hope you guys like this video. If you suffer from loneliness, if you feel lonely, I hope that this video will help you. Loneliness is a very beautiful feeling if only you channelize it in the right direction, and if you don't let it get negative. And yeah, I'll be back with another video next week. Let me know if you like these personal videos. I am really enjoying making them. The book recommendations in today's video were The Loneliness Cure and The Anatomy of Loneliness. I hope that you like these books. If any of you have read other books on loneliness as well, or making friends, leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to know. Till my next video. Bye.